let us recall and summarize first what the story had been till where we have to continue from, right? So what it was an introduction of Gerard, a playwright who was living in a small cottage at Essex, and he was living all alone. When the story progressed or the play progressed, we discovered that he loved to be alone. So, what was the mystery behind it? Not yet revealed. He comes across an intruder who entered his cottage without his permission, carrying a gun in his hands. The very much appearance of the man suggested that he must be a criminal, and certainly he had a criminal background, which he himself had confessed. How he had killed someone, he had killed a cop by mistake. This is what he said, by mistake. Now, one does not know whether it was by mistake or it was a deliberate attempt. So he was being chased by the cops. So he was running here and there to dodge the police. His arrival at Gerard's cottage also had the same purpose. He had actually observed Gerard, and he identified that they both had similar personality. So intruder tried to be very smart. He tried to be very clever. He thought that he would kill Gerard and steal his identity, meaning he would disguise himself as Gerard. And that's how he would escape the police. So he had actually come to the cottage with this intent that he would kill Gerard. Right? Now here on page number 142, anyway, let's begin. Let's have this page right from the beginning. Okay? Intruder says, I'm okay. I've got a reason for everything. I'm going to Winston Charles Gerard. See, I've got to know what he talks like. He told Gerard that he is going to be, he's going to act as Gerard, because he has learned his ways, he has learned his mannerism, he has learned how he behaves, he has learned how he talks. And now I know that posh stuff comes easy. That posh stuff is that fashionable car that he had. He said now it is easily available, so I can own that car also. It had become easy for him to escape. So he had all these things in his mind. He had actually been observing Gerard for a long time. And that's how he had concluded that he would go to his cottage, he would kill him, he would steal his identity, he will use his car, and then he would dodge the police. This is Mr. V.C. Gerard speaking. What is he doing? He is copying, he is mimicking Gerard. He is copying Gerard actually. He is talking over the phone in the same manner as he had observed Gerard talking. When he entered the cottage, Gerard was talking on the phone. So he was copying the same. In the same cultured voice, because Gerard had been very well-mannered, very well-behaved gentleman. So he had been speaking in the same tone. And that's not all. He stands up. He says, get up a minute. He tells him to stand up. He tells Gerard to stand up, and Gerard stands. And now take a look at me. And Gerard says, you are not particularly decorative. Gerard told him that he was not very attractive, for which the intruder says, no, well, that goes for you too. He says, I am not looking attractive because you are not attractive. What he means to say, because the intruder was copying Gerard. So when Gerard commented that intruder was not looking attractive, then the prompt reply was, yes, because Gerard was not attractive. And he was acting as Gerard only. So that's how he just expresses that he does not care. I only got two specs and I'll be enough like you to get away with it. He says that he only needs to wear the same set of spectacles that Gerard was wearing, and then one cannot distinguish between the two. Then the intruder will also look exactly like Gerard. And Gerard says, what about your clothes? They will let you down if you are not careful. Gerard had pointed out that his clothes are different from that of Gerard. How? Because Gerard wears formal, simple, plain clothes, but he had noticed that intruder was wearing colorful, bright colored clothes. So he says that if you are not wearing the same kind of clothes, then he would be in trouble. He would be caught as a trickster, and police would nab him. Intruder says that will be all right. Yours will fit me fine. Intruder has all the ideas. He says, no problem. I will wear yours. He said that he would wear Gerard's dress only. Gerard says that is extremely interesting, but you seem to miss the point of my remark. I said you were luckier than most melodramatic villains. It was not a tribute to your intelligence. He says, when I remarked on you that you were a luckier villain, that you could dodge police, he said, I was not praising you. I was not praising you that you are intelligent. You won't kill me for a very good reason. He says, you cannot kill me. It's not that easy. Intruder says, so that's what you think. You will let me go, and thank God you didn't shoot sooner. What it means to say that he is delaying. If he could kill Gerard, if he wanted to kill Gerard, then he would have killed him immediately the moment he entered. But he says that you will let me go. Now you will not kill me. I will be saved. I can be allowed to go because you have got late. Come on, what's on your mind? Better be quick. This conversation bores me. Now intruder prepares himself. He says, oh, so what does he think? That he would be saved? He cannot be killed? He says, better be quick, then I don't want to waste any time. Because this kind of conversation you are making with me, that I do not find interesting. Meaning I do not want to waste my time in that. Gerard says, your idea is to elude the police by killing me and taking on my identity. Gerard is actually very smart. I hope you have observed this, Anmol, that intruder tries to be smart, tries to be clever, he tries to pretend that he is clever, but he is not, he is foolish. As compared to him, Gerard is smarter, right? What he does, he just keeps him engaged in conversation. That is to waste the time. And he himself, he is wasting intruder's time, but he is taking his own time to trick him, to act upon him, right? So he says, oh, so your idea is to escape the police by killing me. This is what so many times intruder has told. Yet Gerard is repeating. So that indicates that he is unnecessarily engaging him in conversation, right? Okay, intruder says, yes, I like the idea. He said, yes, this was my idea, that I would kill you and steal your identity. And I like this idea. Gerard says, but are you sure that it's going to help you? Intruder, now listen here. I've got this all planned. I did a job in town. Things went wrong and I killed a cop. Since then, I have done nothing but dodge. He tells him, he tries to give an evidence of his smartness by telling him that how for long he is dodging the police. For long he is befooling the police, that he is escaping from them. He is successfully escaping from them. right? Gerard questions, and this is where dodging has brought you. So Gerard wants to confirm that you have entered my cottage. Is this an attempt to dodge the police? You have broken into my cottage while escaping the police. Yes, yes, you will read, Anmol? You will read Gerard or intruder?
Gerard.
Okay. Yes, start from here. And this is where
And this is where dodging has brought you.
it brought me to Ellsbury. That's where I saw you in the car. Two other people saw you and started to talk. I listened. It looks like you were a bit queer, kind of a mystery man.
A mystery which I propose to explain.
You phone your orders and sometimes you go away suddenly and come back just the same. Those are just the things I want to do. Hearing about you was one of my luckiest breaks.
Apparently, you haven't the intelligence to ask why I am investing in the clocks of mystery.
Yes. Now look here. So Gerard, he questions that when you have entered my cottage, is it an attempt to dodge the police? Is it an attempt to escape or avoid the police? Then intruder tell him that where he found Gerard and where he had observed him. He says it brought me to Aylesbury. He says he was dodging the police when he landed up in Aylesbury. That is a place, and that is the place where he had seen Gerard in his car. Two other people saw you and started to talk. He was not alone. The intruder was not alone. There were two other people. He might have directed those two people to talk to Gerard. So they saw him and they started talking to him. An intruder had been listening to their conversation. And that's how he had been trying to copy him. It looks like you are a bit queer. He said, I found you a very strange man, kind of a mystery man, that you appear to be very mysterious. Why mysterious? As earlier he said, that you are living alone in this cottage. You are not meeting the visitors. You do not have the frequent visitors, etc., etc. Intruder disregarding him. Gerard says a mystery which I propose to explain. He says, oh, I am a mystery man. I will explain to you my mystery. Intruder disregarding him, he just ignores what Gerard says. He says, you phone your orders and sometimes you go away suddenly. I have heard about you. What? That you phone, you work, you do your work mostly on phone. You phone your orders, meaning you are meeting your clients on phone only. You do not meet the people physically. You do your work on phone. And sometimes when you go out, when you go somewhere, it happens all of a sudden without any planning. And you just come back at the same time. So these are just the things I want to do. He said, this is what I want to copy you. Meaning, when I kill you, I live in your cottage. So like you, I would also do all my work on phone. And then I would also disappear suddenly and appear suddenly. Hearing about you was one of my luckiest breaks. Luckiest breaks here meaning opportunity. He said, when I heard about you, that this is the mystery. This is why you are a mystery man who suddenly disappears and then appears. He said, I found it as the luckiest opportunity, as the best opportunity for me to escape. That if I land up in this cottage, if I live like you, as you, then I would appear and disappear suddenly and nobody would suspect me. And that's how I can dodge the police. Because the people, the world would think that it's Gerard living here in this cottage. I hope it is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Gerard says, apparently, you haven't the intelligence to ask why I am invested in this cloak of mystery. Apparently, clearly. He said, yes, it's very clear. You think you are very intelligent, but you don't have the intelligence to ask. If you think the mystery surrounds me, then you don't have the intelligence to ask why I am invested, why I am engaged in this cloak of mystery, why I am surrounded by this mystery. If you think I am a mystery man, this is what you have got to know. But had you been intelligent enough, then you would have questioned me why I am surrounded with this mystery, why I am living alone here in this cottage as a mystery man. What Gerard is trying to convey the intruder that you think, you try to be smarter, you try to pretend to be clever, but you are not. Right? Yes. Now intruder is ready to shoot him. As I said before, this conversation bores me. Yes.
Don't be a fool. If you shoot, you will hang for sure. If not as yourself, then as a Vincent Charles Gerard.
What is this?
This is your big surprise. I said you wouldn't kill me, and I was right. What do you think? I'm here today and gone tomorrow? Never see tradefuls? You say my habits would suit you. You are a crook. Do you think I am a Sunday school teacher? The game's up. As far as concerned, things went wrong with me. I said it with bullets and got away. Unfortunately, they got one of my men and found things the fool should have won. Tonight I am expecting trouble. My bag's packed ready to clear off. There it is.
Ah, yes. Now here, Gerard has played a very witty game, a very clever game. He is going to play upon intruder, right? Intruder, he is ready to shoot. He said, as I said before, this conversation bores me. Hey, don't engage me in any conversation anymore. I don't want to talk about anything. Gerard says, don't be a fool. If you shoot, you will hang for sure. Gerard cautions him. He cautions the intruder. Don't be a fool, meaning don't shoot. It would be a foolish act on your part if you shoot. Because if you shoot, you will hang for sure. If you shoot me, you will be hanged to death. You will get death sentence. You will be killed. If not as yourself, then as Winston Charles Gerard. He said, you will be killed, you will be punished, you will be given death sentence. If not as you, then of course as Charles Gerard. Why? Because you are coming here to steal my identity. And if you try to shoot me, if you try to kill me, if you think after killing me, you will be happily living here as Gerard and you will be safer, you are mistaken. Because then you would be punished by the police as Gerard. Why? What is this? Why? What is this? Why as Gerard? Because he thought that Gerard had a very pleasing manner to talk. He thought he appeared to be a gentleman, right? So he is really a gentleman. Gerard must be a gentleman. Of course, he was a playwright. But how he plays a clever act with him, Gerard tells him, this is your big surprise. He said, oh, you wanted to give me a surprise. Let me give you a big surprise. I said you wouldn't kill me, and I was right. I told you that you are not going to kill me. You will let me go. On the previous page, he said that you are not going to kill me, right? He said, I told you that you would not kill me, and I was right that yes, the intruder could not kill Gerard. Gerard cooks up a story here. What? He says, why do you think I'm here today and gone tomorrow and never see tradespeople? He said, you got to know that I'm a mystery man. Yes, I'm a mystery man. What is the mystery about me? That I do not meet the people physically. And I do not stay for long at a time in the cottage. I come here and then I move. So I keep on moving, I keep on frequenting this place. You say my habits would suit you. You want to copy my habits. You are a crook. Crook is a dishonest person, an unscrupulous person. He says, you are a crook, you are unscrupulous, you are dishonest. Do you think I am a Sunday school teacher? If you are dishonest, what do you think I am honest? Sunday school teacher meaning the teacher who is teaching sincerely even on Sundays. So here Sunday school teacher meaning honest one. So when he says, do you think I am honest? Meaning I am also not as honest as you are not. Meaning I am also dishonest like you. You are a villain, I am also a villain. You are a trickster, I am also a trickster. You are dodging the police, I am also dodging the police. This is what he meant to say. He says the game is up as far as I am concerned. He says, as far as I am concerned, the game is over as you will change your plan of killing me. And you have to change. Things went wrong with me. I said it with bullets and got away. He says, in my past also, something had happened wrong with me. And I had gun, I shot the bullets, and then I ran away. I killed someone and I ran away. Unfortunately, they got one of my men. He says, when I killed, I was not alone. There were other people also of my group, of my gang. Unfortunately, one of my gang members or one of my group members has been caught by the police and found things the fool should have burned. And found things meaning the police has got an evidence, the proof of the crime, the proof, the evidence that should have burned, that should have been destroyed by this fellow. But he could not destroy. And now the police has got that evidence. And tonight I'm expecting trouble. Maybe that tonight they would chase me to the cottage and then I would be in trouble. That's why, don't you see, my bag is packed ready. I have got my bag ready because soon I am going to clear it off. I am going to move away from this cottage. There it is. And he just tries to move. Do you understand this, Anmol?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you think Gerard had definitely killed someone?
Ma'am, no, ma'am, he is only threatening
Yes.
intruder.
He is just playing a trick, right? He is just trying to befool the intruder. So who do you consider smarter, intruder or Gerard?
Ma'am, Gerard.
Gerard is smarter. Yes, it's a bag, all right. And this is a gun, all right. What is all this?
That's a disguise outfit. False mouse
Disguise.
tech.
That's a
Dis-
disguise.
okay. That's a disguise outfit. False mouse stretches and whatnot. Now, do you believe me?
I don't know.
For God's sake, clear the muddled head of yours and let's go. Come with me in the car. I can use you. If you find it's a friend, you have caught me in the car and you will still got your gun.
Maybe you are right.
Then don't waste your time.
Careful, boss. I'm watching you. Okay, wait here, right? Intruder, he finds that the bag is ready because when he came, you remember that Gerard had been talking over the phone and also he had been packing his bag, right?
Yes.
So he noticed that the bag was there, all right. The gun was there, all right. But he says, what is all this? He pointed at a few more things which were lying there, right? And he said, what is all this? What are these things for meant for? Now, what were these things? They were a disguise outfit and false mustache, artificial mustache. I hope the mustache, you know.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
right? Okay. A disguise outfit, a fancy dress, right? A different dress that actually did not belong to Gerard, and artificial mustache. Why he was keeping all these things? Because he was a playwright. Maybe that these very things were left there, were kept there for the characters of his play, right? The characters in a drama, when they play their roles, they put on fake that artificial mustache, right? If you are playing the role of a priest, you will wear a priest dress. If you are playing the role of a farmer, you will wear a farmer's dress. So that is disguise outfit, right? So intruder had pointed out at this, that why are you keeping these things? He says that's a disguise outfit. And Gerard, he tells him, it's a disguise outfit. Please understand. I am keeping all these things to disguise myself because I am running away from the police. Gerard convinces him that he is also trying to dodge the police like intruder. So he has made all these arrangements with false mustache and disguise outfit so that he could change his appearance by wearing this dress, this disguise outfit, and putting on the artificial mustache. He says, now do you believe him? Believe me. So he tries to convince the intruder. Do you think that the intruder is convinced?
Maybe yes.
Yes, partially convinced, not fully convinced, because intruder himself is criminal, right? He himself is a wrong man. So he is suspicious also, right? Intruder musingly, thoughtfully, he thinks and he says, I don't know. He says, I don't know whether I should believe you or not, right? So this suggests that he is still suspicious. Gerard says, for God's sake, clear that muddled head of yours. Gerard tells him, suggests him, advises him to remove this confusion, that muddled head, confused head. He says, why there is confusion now? Just get rid of the confusion. Leave this confusion. Clear this. And let's move from here. Come with me in the car. He tells him, hey, I am also being chased by the police, so let's escape. So he offers him that, come with me in the car. We both will run away. I can use you. I said, I can use you. If you find it's a frame, you have got me in the car and you've still got your gun. He said, I'll use you, meaning I'm using you, that I'm going with my client. And he says, if you find it's a frame, he tells the intruder, if you feel I am framing you, I have trapped you. If you think I have framed you, I have trapped you, then I am there with you in the car and you have your gun, meaning you can kill me. If you think I am being dishonest to you, if you think I am trying to trap you, then you have the gun with you. I'm sitting in the car, you can kill me. Why he said this? That is to convince the intruder that he should believe what Gerard says. An intruder would believe. So who is smarter? Of course, Gerard. First, that he used his presence of mind, he thought of this plan. And second, he is smarter. How cleverly he had convinced the intruder. Intruder says, maybe you are right. He is convinced. He believes him. Gerard says, then don't waste time. Goes and picks up hat and bag. Gerard picks up his bag and hat and pretends that he was about to leave. Intruder says, careful, boss. I'm watching you. He says, be careful, meaning he cautions him not to do a smart act, not to play a trick on me because I'm watching you. I'm observing you. He cautions him not to play any mischief with him. Jared says, I have got a man posted on the main road. Sorry. Yes, Anmol.
I have got a man posted on the main road. He will ring up if he sees the police, but I don't want to leave. Come on, they are after us through here straight to the garage.
How do I know that you are telling the truth?
Oh, don't be a fool. Look look up look for yourself.
Yes, let me out of here. Yes, the last dialogue.
Hello? Yes, speaking. Sorry, I can't let you have the prose in time for rehearsal. I have had a spot of bother. Quite amusing. I think I will put it in my next play. Listen, can you tell your friend in Sergeant to come up here at once?
Can you tell your friend the sergeant?
Sergeant to come up here at once. You will probably find him in the public bar.
Yes. Now here it is. Yes. Now intruder seems to be convinced, but intruder is still alert and he tells him that he is watching him. Right? Gerard says, I have got a man posted on the main road. He'll ring up if he sees the police. He says, don't worry. I have my people waiting on the main road. Right? They would ring me when they find the police. But I don't want to leave, and at the same time, telephone bell rings. So he pretends, he indicates that this telephone bell indicates that the police is around to catch him, to chase him. And then he instantly says, come on, they are after us. Meaning here is an indicator I've got a signal that I'm being chased by the police. So let's be quick through here straight to the garage. Let's go to the garage first. Why? Because in the garage is the car. On the pretext of going to the garage, on the pretext of using the car, he directs him to go to the garage. Where is the garage? Intruder says, how do I know that you are telling the truth? Intruder is still suspicious. He says, I don't know whether I should believe you or not. How can you assure me that you are telling the truth? You are not playing with me? Gerard says, oh, don't be a fool. Look for yourself. Look for yourself. He says, you can see the garage yourself. He says, don't be a fool. If you don't believe me, then you see the garage yourself. Now here it is very interesting, Anmol. What happens? Here the directions are given in the bracket. I'll read and explain. Gerard opens door, steps away. Intruder leans forward to inspect it with his side towards Gerard, but with the revolver ready. Gerard opens the door, right? He opens the door of something, telling him, this is the garage. You can see the garage yourself. Intruder, he bends forward to check that garage. But at the same time, he has his revolver in his hands. As he turns his head, Gerard gives him a push into the cupboard, knocking the revolver out of his hand. As Gerard bends forward to see the garage, what happens? Gerard pushes him pushes him into the cupboard. Now, what was that? The door he opens, was it garage?
No, ma'am. It's a
It was,
cupboard.
it was a cupboard. It was a cupboard, right? He pushes him into the cupboard and he just snatches the revolver from his hand. He slams the door. He bangs the door forcefully and he closes it. Then he locks it and he picks up the revolver and he goes to the telephone. There he stands with the gun. He points his gun towards the cupboard, though he was sure that the intruder cannot come out. Yet he pointed his gun to the door, to the cupboard door for his safety. Intruder, he rattles door, he shouts, he rattles door, he bangs at the door. He shouts, let me out of here. He has been trapped there. Was the police hunting for Gerard?
No, ma'am.
No. The police was actually hunting for intruder. Now, what do you think Gerard is going to do?
Ma'am, he will call the police.
Right. He would call the police. He would hand him over to the police. Right. He says, hello, yes, speaking, sorry, I can't let you have the props in time for rehearsal. I have had a spot of bother. Maybe there is a party who wanted to play theater, the drama, and they needed these props, these costumes and mustaches from him, right? These are the props we use in a drama. So he's apologetic to the one that he had got late for giving them the props. I think I'll put it in my next play. Listen, can you tell your friend the sergeant to come up here at once? And then he takes his help to inform the sergeant. Sergeant is police. To come over there immediately. You will probably find him in the public bar. And then he says that you please tell him to come here instantly and you will find him in the public bar, a place. And in this way, intruder is going to land up in the hands of the police. Right? This is how the title is, If I Were You. So what Gerard means to say, if I were you, the intruder, that's how I would have played. And he played the role very well. Right? The intruder had come as a killer to kill him, as a criminal, but Gerard, he was not a criminal, but he had to give himself the role of a criminal just to escape, but at the same time, hand over one criminal to the police. This is what he had done. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Any problem?
No, ma'am.
Now, these very questions we'll discuss tomorrow. Fine? Okay. If any problem, you can ask me tomorrow. Okay? Yes. You can leave now.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening.
Yes. Good evening. Take care.